Welcome to the seventh level of hell. It's DC News number 141. It's an all-world's finest edition of DC News. We're going to talk about the ongoing, never-ending DC lawsuit between the Siegel family and Warner Communications. We're also going to talk about new creative changes on Action Comics. Over on the Batman side of the coin, we're going to talk about the future of Batman Incorporated and who is going to be showing up from Dark Knight in Batman and Robin number 19. All that and more coming right up. Lots of stores can make lots of claims about themselves, but only I can make the claim that nobody has ever paid full price for a new comic here at Alternate Reality. Since 1994, every new comic that's walked out the door has been discounted 15% off. So if you want to save 15% off your new comics, there's only one place to come, and that's Alternate Reality.
Prepare yourself for some DC spewage. Yuck. Here's Comic Book Man and Bo.
When in doubt, I question everything. DC Comic Book News, episode 141, Scrunchies in Milk.
Okay. Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
DC News.
DC News!
I can hit him.
Which is coming in from this place. Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new DC comics are always 15% off every day for everyone, including all of my Superman and Batman comics in this world's finest update. Our first story involves the Man of Steel. Scott Lobdell is writing at least what?
One issue of Action Comics with artist Tyler Kirkham. We already told you. The first issue that was written by Andy Diggle shipped this week, and Diggle left.
He's gone.
So Tony Daniel's going to finish off the next 5 issues, and then he's leaving as well to work on some big DC project. And so DC's at this weird position of, we need to find a new writer for Action Comics.
Yes.
And so Lobdell, who's already writing Superman, he's going to write at least the July issue. Kirkham's going to draw that, who's coming off of Green Lantern Corps, and then after that point, you know, DC could go, well, Scott, since you're writing Action, you might as well write. Since you're writing Superman, you might as well write Action anyway. What the hell? So,
Yeah.
But they'll vamp until August. I mean, they may announce something in C2E until they say they found some new writer. Their DC will probably try not to tick off.
Okay, new Superman film this summer, right?
Yes.
What the hell's the problem with getting someone on your flagship book with a flagship movie coming out for your company? You know, there's Marvel movies coming out. There's indie comic movies coming out. There's G.I. Joe, which has already come out. DC's only got one thing coming out this year, and that's Superman, their flagship title, and on their main title, Action Comics, the first DC comic, they can't seem to get a writer on the book.
Well, but then again, with as far as Man of Steel,
or any
is
sort of
concerned,
creative team nailed
you
down.
know what the top Superman book is when Man of Steel opens? It's Superman Unchained. That becomes the top book because it shows up at the same time, and it's got Jim Lee and Scott Snyder. So that's the big deal book.
So, but you don't want to nickel and dime the rest of the Superman family because that's the only time people are going to give a damn about these books, and it's going to be your best chance to sell them and get people eyeballs on them.
So the question is, who's hanging around the DC offices if they're not going to tick off?
Well, we will find out. Moving over to the Batman side of the coin, Batman and Robin 19 is going to introduce who?
Carrie Kelly.
Who?
She's the Robin from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, the female Robin. Now,
redhead.
The redhead. She'll be part of the what used to be the WTF month.
Oh, WTF! That's already started here.
And she'll be a college girl. Now, writer Peter Tomasi says the character's not going to be around just for that one issue. She'll be around for a while, but do not assume she's going to become the new Robin. Just because she's there, and the first time you see her, she's wearing a Robin costume because she's a college student. Don't assume he's going to do why Batman needs a Robin thing going on.
But doesn't this take her out of the timeline?
Well, she's never existed in the DC timeline.
The only place she ever existed was
Dark Knight Returns exists in its own specific spot.
Yeah, right.
This is the first time you're introducing a character from this spot to the New 52.
Right. So she's new to the world.
So right now you've got like 3 possible Robins. I mean, you've got Carrie Kelly. You've got the character that Scott Snyder introduced, and you've also got the girl who was there when Damian Wayne got gutted.
They're not going to give Alfred a crack at it?
Alfred.
The doddering old Robin?
I believe Alfred's
Yeah, Alfred's still alive. No, because Alfred's taller than Bruce Wayne, so it would be a very weird dynamic.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
That needing Metamucil.
Speaking of the death of Robin, that happened in Batman Incorporated number 8, which sold out in 4 hours here at the store. Very quickly. Bo, what's up with Batman Incorporated? What's the future of the title?
Batman Incorporated Grant Morrison was supposed to leave Batman Incorporated with 12.
Right.
Okay, now he's going to leave the book with 13, which will be DC being smart here. The book ends with 13 because Morrison's leaving, and so Chris Byrne will have something to do. Now, if you're a fan of Batman Incorporated 13, DC's going to do a 1 in 25 variant cover, and that one is going to be drawn by Grant Morrison.
He's not an artist.
Grant Morrison has drawn. He has drawn, and actually his art's not bad.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll wait to see what that looks like.
The actual cover, though, is pretty cool.
And since this is the world's finest edition of DC News, we're going to go back to the Superman family. We're going to wrap it up with the story that will never die. The story that's like one of the Walking Dead for the Superman family. And of course, I'm talking about the legal case for Superman's rights in the Siegel family. What's the latest update?
First off, the Siegel family has come up with a different angle on this, and they're basically appealing the decision by Judge Wright, saying that they don't have the rights to the character. This week, however, Judge Otis Wright looked at Warner Brothers and said, "Hi, you're trying to get money out of their lawyer, Mark Tobleroff. That's not going to happen." Basically, Warner's accused him of trying to get the rights to the character, trying to set up a special deal. You're trying to get the Siegel and Schuster families to break their deal with DC, which isn't really a deal, which is why Tobleroff is appealing. And so Otis Wright said, "Hi, leave him alone. He's not gonna kick him off the case. And by the way, you were trying to get him to pay $500,000 in attorney's fees for yourself. He's not paying you a dime. So stop bothering this guy. You've got nothing here." So the legal case goes on.
Oh, good.
Until the Siegel and Schuster family get a check from Warner's, this thing's not going to... I think the July books, the Superman books, will have from the families of Joe Siegel and Joe Shuster. So they'll actually get a credit inside those July shipping books, but the case isn't over yet.
The character's got a credit in every issue of Superman and DC Comics Presents in action for years and years and years and years and years.
Then it disappeared.
Because of the 78 loss, well, I don't want to say lawsuit, but the 78 action that Neil Adams did, embarrassing Warner's into giving them credit and giving Siegel and Schuster both a retirement pension stipend.
Especially since both of them were living...
Who's on our side?
Both of them were living in Fleabag hotels
Hurry up!
and eating gum out of old dumpsters and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
now, does the decision hold true so they can still work with the character until there's a decision?
They can still work with the character, but when this is all over and done with,
It'll never
Warner's
be.
is going to be paying a lot of money to those families because Warner's has been basically screwing them around for years. If Warner's had settled this when this case started, it will have all been over right now. Yeah. All this is
But
Warner's
doesn't every
screwing
decision
themselves
go
up.
into Warner's? Every decision goes Warner's way.
Well, every decision is going to Warner's way. And the other problem with this is, according to U.S. copyright laws, after a while, it won't matter because Warner's won't have the rights to the character anyway. It
Well,
becomes public domain.
Well, there is that,
Well,
but nobody really knows what's going to happen with that. But that's it. We're done. We're finished out here. We got no more DC news. Go to the Source website. Check out all the DC news Bo sends me that I post up there. Bo,
Yes.
tell them.
Sarah,
Tell
tell
'em.
them.
You want me to give you the website? I'll give you the website. www.marleshuntreality.com. What's the big deal?
So go to the Source website. Check out all his news. Till next time, this is Comic Book Man
And Bo holding a sign.
saying bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.